Am I appropriately groomed? That's a negatory, Captain. No, that's a negatory. That's a negatory. Am I appropriately dressed? It's another negatory, Captain. It's another negatory. But I'll tell you what I am. All right, I'm properly fired up. Okay? I'm here. And I want to say a few things real quick. First of all, this is Chris Petrone Weekly episode 30. Chris Petrone Weekly episode 35. And that's the first 60 seconds of the podcast right there. Hope you enjoyed it. 59 more minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's episode 35, and it's a Tuesday. Okay, it's a Tuesday here in, I was about to say Chapel Hill, North Carolina, but we're not in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. We're in Melbourne, Florida now, and it's been 2 long months of me living here, and I almost feel like I'm so used to saying, I guess because of the repetition, I'm so used to saying, oh yeah, I'm from Long Island, but now I live in Chapel Hill, that when people ask me on my podcast, on my live streams, sometimes I go to say that. And it's like, no, Chris, you live in Melbourne, Florida now. And it's almost like a lot of my identity is even in like Orlando, even because of how much time I spend there. So I might even go to say Orlando, Florida. Pretty crazy, huh? No, I just want to say a couple things here. One, I know a lot of people don't listen to this. My estimated audience is 51 people. It's estimated that there are 51 unique individuals who actually listen to my podcast sometimes. That makes me happy. It's 51 of you guys who want to hear me ramble once a week. Now, look, I think podcasts are nice because you can just throw them on while you're on the treadmill, while you're making your commute, maybe. While you're maybe you're headed to the airport and you have a lot of time to just soak in some auditory content, some audio content, some audible content. Listen, if I could give to you olfactory content, I would. I would, and that's the type of content that, you ingest through your nasal cavity. For those of you who don't know, your big old strills, a couple of big old strills in your nose. You sniff it through. Do I sound a little congested? It's because I might be. I record these shortly after I wake up. I'll be honest with you. I record these very shortly after I wake up. Let me take a little swig of this Dunkin' iced coffee. We're easing coffee back into the diet. Not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm not going overboard. There's very little even in this jar, to be honest with you. So we're just gonna have a sippy poo. Well, that'll wet your whistle for sure. You could wet my whistle. Wink. In any case, one of the things that I do on days like this is I'll upload the previous week's episode. Now, last week's episode was Chris Petrone Weekly episode 34. And we talked I hope you guys didn't hear that loud noise. But anyway, we talked about Air Vogel. We talked about him churning butter. I think my mind was a little bit all over the place. Lately, my mind has been... Who am I kidding? My mind is always all over the place. I think that's just kind of how I am and who I am. And part of me feels like for a podcast, it's probably better to have some topics and just ease on into those topics and get organized, We're not going to do that. Screw that, man. Organization, mega lame. Mega lame, dude. We're at 728K on TikTok. Soon to be 729K, actually. I think we're pushing 729. I have a couple good TikToks for you guys. Patreons, I'm going to probably share a couple of them with you before I even post them. I think I'm going to post a draft probably right after this podcast recording. I'll just spoil it for you guys. I mean, you Patreons, you're going to hear this podcast anyway. And if you're listening to this after it drops for everybody, the TikTok's already posted. So, basically, this guy said, oh, sorry, my audio was peaking there. I apologize if that hurt your ears, but this guy said, hey, ladies, piss on him. Tell all them girls that you're his little litter box. And I was like, yo, chill. TikTok is like, what? Like, I just woke up and this is what I see on my FYP. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I stitched it. And we're not, I don't think we need to go into a whole conversation on piss kinks, but I'm not, look, that's not really what this podcast is about, but we can go there if you like. I mean, we could go there. And by the way, no, that is not why I have a waterproof mattress cover. I don't like lay in bed and get peed on. That's not, come on, that's not a thing. There would be far too much liquid. So I just want to make that clear. All right. Anyway, I woke up a little too early today. I woke up at like 12:31 p.m. and I went to bed at like 6. So that's not enough sleep. And, I was going to get enough sleep. I would be waking up right now. I was going to get enough sleep, but I woke up to knocking on my door, rapping even on my door. And I woke up and I hear them say maintenance. And I'm like, shit. So I get up, throw on a hoodie because I was shirtless. Not that they would have cared. It was 3 men. I walk out. I close my bathroom door because there's just a fleshlight sitting on the counter. So I closed my bathroom door because it was drying because you have to wash them and it was sitting out to dry. Okay, I recorded content. I don't really use it very often like for funsies, but I use it to record content for the accountant website, for the OnlyFans. Because it conveniently covers the pee-pee. So anyway, whatever. It's fine. It is what it is. So I close the bathroom door and I walk out and I do a quick scan of the apartment. Like, all right, is there any like crazy like sex toys like laying around? Like what's happening? And it looked okay. And I was like, all right, I'm going to let them in. So I go over to the door. I unlock it. I look at the peephole. I see 3 dudes. I'm like, whoa, 3 men at my door. So I open the door and they go, hey, we're here to cock it up. And I was like, okay, did you bring the lube? And they're like, what? And I was like, what? Wait, what? Repeat that? And he goes, we're here to cock up your balcony. I'm like, cock? You want to do it outside? And then I was like, oh, wait a sec. He didn't say cock. He said caulk. You're here to caulk up my balcony. Well, now this is awkward because now I'm like halfway. I'm like, my pants are halfway. I got like a semi going on and I was ready to grab the Adam and Eve brand lube from the night table. And like, look, I think we can all agree if 3 muscular mannies knock on your door and say they're here to cock it up and that's how you wake up in the morning on a beautiful Tuesday, look, let's get ready to rumble, baby. That's not what happened at all. So I let them. So it was funny because like I didn't realize there were 3 of them. I thought there were only 2. So I opened the door. I'm like, all right, come on in. So 2 guys enter, and then I start to close the door, and there's like a 3rd guy there, and I'm like, oh fuck. And I was like, my bad, dude. I didn't see you there. I said I didn't see you there. That's like the dumbest. That's like the. Well, if they came to cock, they certainly were not going to cock after that. So I just let him in. I was like, whatever. I went back to my bedroom, closed the door, laid in bed, and about 8 minutes go by, and they're like, all right, we're done. I'm like, all right, thanks. So. So I guess it's true what they say, men, they just, they come quick. They cock it up and then they leave. Like single digit minutes, man. You're telling me you're not even going to go 10 plus minutes cocking up my balcony? It's unacceptable. This is why your wives are unsatisfied. Whatever, man. You know, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks lately about men. I think men's performance in bed is a very big trend on TikTok. I think there's a lot of people out there, a lot of women out there specifically, who complain about men's performance in bed. Here's another thing. But like, what if we just, what I'm trying to think of a solution. What if we just all, like and I mean like the entire Earth's population, like what if we just all drank bleach and died? Then no one could be disappointed in bed anymore. Ever again. Because we'd be dead. This is getting too dark. Hold on. I need more coffee. Hold on. It's like that meme where it's like your coffee's like you're about to add milk, but you haven't added milk yet. And your coffee's like, let's murder people, and you add some milk, and it's like, let's contemplate murder, and it's like, okay, that's better. Like, that's how I feel right now. My friend Kylie, when we're hanging out, like, so we have a system, you know, she'll drive home from Cowboys, and then she'll sleep in the guest bedroom, and the next day we'll wake up whenever we mosey on out, you know, like I'll wake up and I'll usually be washing dishes, and that the sound will usually wake her up from the other room, or she'll be awake and she'll hear me that I'm awake, and then she'll come out and we'll eat food or whatever. And sometimes she's a little grumpy, and I'm like, do you need coffee? And she's like, and then we go get coffee, and then she feels so much better. You know, psychoactive drugs tend to do that to people. I think they have that effect on people's emotions, but that's okay. And I'm trying not to be a coffee guy, but I think a little bit here and there is fine. You know, a little bit here and there, a little bit, just a little bit. This past weekend, I was at Cowboys. Excuse me. I was at Cowboys, which is a favorite bar of mine. I talk about it often. And I walked in. And so let me give you the context. Several weeks ago, I was there, and I met this guy, JD, a young chap who goes and really enjoys line dancing. And he goes, hey, you see that girl over there dancing with that guy? They're doing a two-step. It's like a partner dance. I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, she has a TikTok, and she posts the dances on there. I was like, oh, that's super cool. I'm going to follow her on TikTok. So I did. And they have some really good, you know, couples two-step dancing videos on there. It's pretty cool. So that happens. I drop a comment or two on her videos. You know, maybe just one comment. I said something like, oh, this is so cool. How do I learn this? And she goes, oh, you know, my partner, like, he just learned it all online. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay, I'm going to try to learn these. That's cool. And then I see her. I walk in. This is Saturday night. This most recent Saturday. This would be, I don't know, August 1st, July 31st. And I walk in and I'm getting, you know, my ID checked and all that by this asshole bouncer that I hate. And so I walk in, and then I see this young lady looking at me. She's like eyeballing me as if she recognizes me from somewhere. And I'm like, I'm like, I know who she is. And I know she followed me back on TikTok, so maybe she knows who I am from TikTok. So I walk in, and she goes, you're on TikTok. And I'm like, yeah, hi. I follow you. And she's like, I follow you. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And we start talking a little bit, and her, like, there's a few of her friends next to her. So we're chatting. And And it just felt really cool to be somewhat recognized. Now, it's a little bit of a cop-out because, like, people know that I go to Cowboys. So I'll explain to you another situation later on. But, like, we followed each other. So it was like, it wasn't like some random person approached me on the street and go, well, oh my God, are you Chris Petrone? You know, that has still never happened. But it was pretty cool. And she's like, I didn't know you come here. I'm like, yeah, dude, I just moved here. Like, I come here every week. Like, let's get it, dude. Like, my friend who's here, like, told me that you post TikTok. So I followed you. Cool. Anyway, so that happened. And I know what you guys are thinking. Don't go there. I do not believe she's single. So come on. Hey. I know you're trying to, I know that you're just trying to ship me with someone, but yeah, I don't think she's single. So you know, it was just a friendly exchange. It was pretty cool. And it was nice. It was cool to like connect with someone over the internet like that. It was interesting. And anyway, I was like, hey, I've been holding in this pee for like an hour. I got to go. I drive an hour to get here, blah, blah, blah. And I ran to the bathroom and I had to pee really bad. So that happened. Later that same night, I think I was getting a shot with my friend Amanda at the bar. That's Amanda Panda 1816. Follow her on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Amanda Panda 1816. And you can tell her I sent you. And so we're standing there getting a shot of tequila, you know, as I do. And a young woman approaches me and says, hey, are you on TikTok? I was like, yeah. Someone else, someone different. She's like, I follow you. And I was like, that's freaking insane. But here's the thing. I think if I was to get recognized just like out randomly in public somewhere, just super random, that would be really impressive. And I'd be like, what the fuck? You follow me? Holy crap. But it's Cowboys. And I publicize that I go to Cowboys. So to me, it's not super weird because I've already met people from TikTok at Cowboys. Not in that way. Like they didn't just come up to me and go, are you Chris Petrone? No. They messaged me and said, hey, I think I'm going. Like, will I see you there? I'm like, yeah, cool. Come say hi. So this is the first time that someone just straight up came up to me out of the blue and goes, hey, are you Chris Petrone? I was like, oh. Yes, that is me. I am she. I am he. He, she are the pronouns, by the way. Don't get it twisted. Did I say he, she? He, him. Jesus, fuck. He, him. I quit the internet. Why is my microphone wet? Am I spitting on it? Oh, no, it's my hair. Never mind. No, it's my, what is wet on me? Why is something wet? Nothing should be wet right now, and it is. It's not the worst problem to have. I mean, I'm a pretty moist individual. I say as I take a sippy poo of water. Anyway, so we start talking a little bit, and I actually sent her some videos of the dances. Hopefully she decides to learn them. Shout out to Brenna. Brenna, I don't know if you listen to the podcast. I don't think you do. But if you do, shout out to Brenna. I'm not sure what your TikTok username is off the top of my head. I don't want to get it wrong. I could pull it up, but we're just gonna keep this ball rolling. But anyway, Brenna, thank you for saying hey to me. That made me feel really special, and I hope you had a good night. And you know, hey, I hope you enjoy line dancing as much as I do, and maybe you decide to learn some of those dances and come back to Cowboys this weekend. And if not, that's okay. But if you do, we'll have a great time. Listen, we'll cut it up. You know, we'll cut a rug. You feel me? We'll cut a rug. We're gonna have a little dirt on our boots, and we're gonna kick the dust up, as we say, down south. I'm super not Southern, dude. Super not. I don't think, aside from the line dancing. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what they say, baby boo. What it do, baby boo. Hey, let's check the weather. Let's check the weather today. I'm gonna give you guys an update on the weather. I know it's not like radio, But I still want to give you guys an update on the weather. So listen, it's like 90 degrees. Oh no, it's like 80s. It's like high 80s right now. It's 87 here in Melbourne, Florida. Low precipitation, reasonable humidity at 64%. And the wind is 9 miles per hour, which I think is a little. I don't think it's that bad, actually. So listen, I might even go to the beach. I might even take a hashtag quick dip, which is, a quick dip is when you go to the beach, you jump in, swim for a few minutes, and then get out. The whole ordeal. Your TAB, time at beach, your tab, if you will, is maybe 20 minutes. It's a hashtag quick dip, and it's refreshing, and it feels good, and especially post-workout, in the Chuck E. Cheese cup. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. To just, dude, you feel some sand in your toesies and you connect with nature. And really, that's what life is all about. My boy. That's what life is all about. I want you to take nature, but I want you to grab nature by the nippies and just firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. I want to talk to you guys about my dating life a little bit. I hope it's not too TMI. I hope it's not weird for you guys to hear. But, this is the podcast. And I think if you guys are going to sit here and listen to the podcast, you can get some personal details about my life right now. And I don't mind. I don't mind sharing. That's okay. We're seeing somebody sort of a little bit, kind of. It's not, we're not like dating. It's not like that really. We're kind of just chilling, doing our thing. It's. I guess you could call it a fling of sorts. I'm not sure quite what it is. But I very much find myself wanting to still, keep my eyes open for dating potential. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's many a great connection out there that I have yet to make in life. And so I'm kind of still feeling things out, looking around. I'm being very selective. I think old Chris or maybe you guys can relate to this or other people, or maybe there was a time in your life where you were very just like, I want to fuck everything. I love how I can curse on here. Thank God. I'm going to curse really heavily for the next 10 seconds. All right. So if you listen, if you have fragile ears, first of all, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast, but fuckity, fuck, shit, fuck, dicks in my ass, fuck, cock, fuck, bitch. That felt so good. Reminds me of my Call of Duty days, baby. Listen, the sole reason I might even jump back on Call of Duty ever again is so I can talk sweet, sweet trash, but it's fine. Like I go on Valorant on PC and I try to talk shit and people are like, why are you so rude? I'm like, ugh. You spineless fuckers, dude. These spineless sissies. I can't jump on a video game and tell someone I hope their entire family gets cancer. Like, why? What? That's rude now? Like, what happened to us as a gaming culture? We've gone soft. I have a good friend of mine. By the way, I'll tell you about the fling and everything soon. But a good friend of mine. Well, we don't really talk that much anymore, unfortunately. Josie, I'm sorry, I miss you. I really love you a lot. You're a great person. I wish you all the best, and I hope you achieve all of your dreams. But my friend Miss Frosty from Missouri, one of my first internet crushes on TikTok, by the way. She made a video where she killed someone in Warzone, and the guy said, I hope you know that ruined my day. That was his so for those of you who don't know, Warzone, it's Call of Duty Warzone. It's a battle royale. 100 people drop into a large area of land and the last person standing wins. All the while, there's like a toxic gas that's slowly creeping inward from all directions. So it forces people, the 100 people, even though it's a very large landmass, over time, that creeping gas that moves inward forces you to kind of have these encounters where it's going to force you to run into enemies and fight them. So you couldn't just hide the whole time. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's how battle royale style games work. That's how Fortnite works. That's how PUBG worked. It's all battle royales pretty much follow that same principle. 100 people or more even drop into a large area of land, but over time, that area of land gets enclosed in some sort of toxic gas or something that shrinks and shrinks and shrinks to force you into combat, right? Okay. So my friend Miss Frosty, aka Josie. What's her? Okay, I remember. Never mind. So Josie was out there balling in these streets, doing her thing. And she killed this guy. And so in battle royales, when you kill someone, they can, like, whatever they say, there's going to be a window of time for about maybe 2 seconds where whatever they say into their microphone, you're actually going to hear it. Typically, you can't hear what other players are saying unless they're on your team, like they're in your little squad. Sometimes you might go in with a squad of you and 3 others. Okay? So that 100 people dropped into the map will consist of, say, 25 squads. Okay? So you can hear your squad's voice communication, but you can't hear other random people in the game. But when you kill them, this is a mechanic that was introduced into Call of Duty's Battle Royale. Let's say I kill you, and you're sitting there and you're going, oh, damn, they're in the balcony. Like, well, I could actually hear that 2 seconds after you died. And it's just like a cute little unique, I said cute. It's like just a fun, interesting way to like incorporate trash talking into it where like, so if you die, you know they're going to hear what you say. So you can just say something really like fucking dumb or funny or whatever. Anyway, this guy said, I hope you know that ruined my day when she killed him. And she's like, oh my God, I feel so bad. And I was watching the video and I was like, Josie, you've gone soft, Josie. You've gone soft. You know what? When I kill someone in Call of Duty, I hope their day is ruined. I hope that their stepdad beats them and they go to Call of Duty to be their one beacon of hope for the entire day. Their one glimmer of happiness. You know, their dog died. They failed the test. Their stepdad beats them and abuses their mom. And they get on the Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. And they jump on Call of Duty and I rock their shit. I want that. I don't hold back for you because you had a shitty day. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to win. You want to enjoy yourself? You want to relax? Pop on a refresh. Go watch The Office. Go watch The Regular Show. Go do something. Relax. Don't go to a player versus player competitive video game where I'm gonna clap your cheeks into dust. The sole reason that I grew up playing Call of Duty and fell in love with Call of Duty is so I can hear the other players' voices when I shit down their throat, dude. There was nothing better. There was a game mode called Search and so what I'm trying to say is you've gone soft, Josie. You've gone soft. I get it. We're nice now as a culture. You know, we have a lot of awareness for mental health and stuff. I get it. I think that's great, honestly. But when you are competing against me in something, I want to bury you. It's a literal player versus player competition. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to shit on your life. I want you to cry if I make you sell your Xbox on eBay and never touch Call of Duty again. Mission fucking accomplished. You little bitch. You little bitch. Get the fuck up at my trap house. You know what I'm saying? Like, step up or step off. That's rule number 3. Write them down. Rule number 1. We don't trust these hoes. I'm not explaining these. You either get them or you don't. Rule number 2. We do not chase these hoes. And some of you really need to pay attention to that one because I know some of you are doing that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And this goes for mostly the guys out there. If you Snapchatted someone or texted someone or whatever multiple times trying to ask them to hang out and they're not agreeing and setting plans with you the first time, you need to go and look at rule number 2. I know you've all seen the trend on TikTok. Oh, every girl has a dude in their DM who's just talking to himself. Yeah, stop. Now, I feel like there's people in my DMs where it's different because I might post stories and they might reply to like 7 of my stories in a row and I might not get back to them. But I have a fuck ton of that. It's different. It's different. It's not me purposely saying, hey, I see you're messaging me. Fuck you. No. That's different. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you message someone who has a lot of followers and just didn't get back to you. I'm saying you message someone who is, you maybe you even know them. Maybe you work together. Maybe they're in your camp. Maybe they're in a class. Maybe you just have had a couple exchanges and then you exhibited interest and said, hey, like, why don't we go out this Saturday? And she made an excuse, or he made an excuse, or they made an excuse. You need to go look at rule number 2. Make sure you're going out with people who are thrilled to be going out with you. And if they're not, don't go out with them. I've made that mistake. I've recently made that mistake where I hung out with someone that I was not thrilled to, but I felt like I don't know what was going on in my head. Maybe I just felt lonely, or maybe I felt like I would like them more than I thought I did. It's not that I just straight up didn't want to. It's just I knew I wasn't like thrilled. I broke my own guideline and it didn't end well because of that. Well, it ended fine, but it just in my head, like I knew I shouldn't have, and I feel regret about it. So maybe go look back at rule number 2. Rule number 3, step up or step off. All right. If you're not talking money, I don't want to talk. If you ain't a hoe, get up out my trap house. Like, she got a big booty, so I call her big booty. Like, it's simple. Step up or step off. You know, you either come correct or don't come at all. Oh, the phone's ringing. Hold on, guys. Hello? Oh, Rick Ross? What's up, dude? So nice of you to call me right now. You know, I'm just kicking it, doing my podcast. Did I tell him about rule number 3? I just told him about rule number 3. How'd you know? Are you listening? Hey, is this the FBI? Is this really Rick Ross? Is this the FBI? Am I being bugged? Am I being punked? Are birds real? Bush did 9/11? What? Chemtrails? Fluoride in the water? Step up or step off. Step up or step the fuck off. Okay? Tower 7 collapse? They knew about it beforehand? It was an inside job? Steel beams? Government lizard pedophiles? What? The earth is flat? The moon landing never happened? Helen Keller was a hoax? Rose. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood. Step up or step off is the 3rd rule. Rule number 4. Nothing. And I mean nothing comes before cowboys. It's more of a macro rule than a micro rule because, like, look at it this way. If there's a weekend, let's say a dime piece, like there's a woman that I'm thinking of right now. And if you're listening, well, I forgot her name. Hopefully you're not listening. It's Renee. But Renee, if you're listening, watch it not be Renee. Hold on. Let me Google this. Let me make sure I know who I'm talking about. Give me 1 sec. Is it not Renee? Oh, shit. Oh, hold on. Now I have to figure out this woman's name. Gosh dang it. Is it Renee? I really don't know if it's Renee. I'm literally losing my mind. Watch. I bet you she left me on scene too. If she left me on scene, refer back to rule number 2. I'm looking, guys. I'm looking. I apologize. I'm looking. Look at all my DMs. Gee, I have way too many DMs right now. Ugh. This is bad. Hey, once again, shout out to Brenna for saying hi to me at shout out to Brenna for saying hi to me at Cowboys. Oh, this person blocked me. Wow. Well, it happens sometimes. Who is this? She blocked me too. What? She blocked me. You just got the live reaction on. Hold on. Let's do some investigatory work. We are back with some respect women juice in a mason jar. What was I saying? Oh. Upon further inspection, I was not blocked. It looks like said individual deleted her account or deactivated her account. I stalked mildly, not too hard though, not in like a creepy way, and still has me on TikTok, but like can't receive messages on TikTok. It's a weird look. Hey, I'm not asking questions. Either one of two things happened. Either I am blocked and I'm just being ignorant about it, although I didn't do anything. Like I literally hadn't talked to this person for like several days, so I don't know why it just randomly happened. Or said individual is going through something. Maybe they're getting really creeped on the internet. Maybe something else is happening on the internet that made them really uncomfortable and they just freaked out and blocked their and like deactivated messaging or something. I don't know. In any case, whatever, it's fine. Hey, refer to rule number 2. We don't chase these hoes. Anyway, there was an individual who, the other person who blocked me was someone that I basically like hung out with and maybe shouldn't have, and it's rough, and I don't want to be like ghosting this person, and I'm not going to. I'm going to send a message later on today. But anyway, that's what happened there. Oh my god, my hair is just not cute right now, and you guys still listen to me. That's just really sweet. You guys are some real sweet. You guys are some RSKs, baby, some real sweet kids. So that's what happened there. Anyway, the girl blocked me who like makes content and stuff is just like unreal. Like I'm talking like just stunning. But hey, we move right along. Rule number 2, we don't chase these hoes. So where were we at? Rule number 4, yeah, nothing comes before Cowboys. Oh, and the whole point of that was like, all right, say it's a one-off deal, and say that this individual whose name will not be said, let's just call her Sally. Let's say Sally hit me up and was like, hey, what are you doing Saturday night? And I was like, nothing. Yeah, I'm free. I have Cowboys on Saturday night. Nothing comes before Cowboys, but like low key, Sally, you could come before Cowboys. You know, it would take a very special individual to get in the way of Cowboys. So I'm gonna take a sip here of this pineapple juice. Oh, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, that wets the whistle, baby. That wets the whistle and tickles the pickle. You feel me? Sniff, sniff, gang, gang, baby. So anyway, so what I'm saying is, Sally, yeah, I would ditch Cowboys for you one night. It does not make it a regular thing. You know, Cowboys comes first, but you know, I could let you slide in there for one evening. I can, you know, replace, you know, you can replace Cowboys for a night. That's fine. But because of rule number 4, I think I'm looking for at least one girlfriend who line dances. You know, and look, there's a couple of them out there. I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple of really beautiful women who can kick it on the dance floor. Ladies, or those of you interested in men, there are a couple of pretty beautiful men out there kicking it on the dance floor too. So come on out of Cowboys and we can all just partner up and do-si-do, you know, and it'll be a good time. You know, everybody needs love. You know, everybody needs love. ELE, everybody loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know. So that's how I feel about that. My RLS is kicking in hardcore right now. Little restless leg syndrome. I don't know. That's completely self-diagnosed, but I do that all the time, and people get annoyed by it. And I never understood the people who were like, "Stop bouncing your leg. Stop that." I'm like, "What? Why? I'm sorry. Does this annoy you? Grow up." I don't know. Whatever. I like it. It makes me feel good. I alternate between my right and left leg. So I'm like, right, left. And it feels good. Rule number 5. Rule number 5 is, I don't know what hold on, let me check. I have a list of the rules right here. So, yeah. Okay, the rules. Rule number 5, Fine. This is a very important one that I'd like all of you to listen carefully to. Fine doesn't cut it. Okay? Good enough just isn't good enough. No. No, it is not. Cue Derek Jeter in the Gillette commercial talking about good enough being good enough. Good enough just isn't good enough. It's not. Good enough is not good enough. It's not. It is not good enough. So I think it's important that we all hold ourselves to a high standard. And that's in dating. That's in career. That's in just who you want to be. As a human, as a person. Excuse me. Is it easy? No. Should you do it anyway? Yeah. Yeah. You know? So those are the rules. And I'm going to repeat them once more because I feel like we got interrupted, as we always do, by my brain going off on tangents. But 1, we don't trust these hoes. 2, we don't chase these hoes. 3, step up or step off. 4, nothing comes before cowboys. 5, fine isn't good enough. Fine doesn't cut it. The wording is not super important, but the message is. All right? Let me tell you something. You go out on a date. You go out on a date with somebody, and you're talking to your buddy afterward, your friend, your pal, your amigo, your compadre. And they're like, hey, how was the date? And you're like, oh, it was fine. Oh, it was fine? Just fine? Let me ask you a question. Does that cut it for you? Just fine? Does it cut? Does it cut it? How sharp is just fine? About as sharp as a spoon, I would say. About as sharp as a marshmallow. Fine doesn't cut it. Just fine? Does not cut it. You know? And listen, look, I've been on dates. I went on this one date with this woman. Let's say her name was Kate. And this was back in North Carolina. And I came away from that first date thrilled. Because she was hot. She was hot. She is hot. She's hot. And like when I brought her to this, like we had like a little party, a little hangout somewhere. And I brought her. And the other people around were like, yo, that's your girl. That's who you're like, that's your girl? And I was like, yeah, what's up? And they were like, how did that happen? And I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Come on. You know I got it like that. What's up? You know I stay saucy. Come on. What do you think? I can't pull? So they're like, nah, that's not. You're not with her. And I was like, yeah, bro. Yeah. And I was thrilled to go out with this girl. But then over time, I mean, we all know there's way more than just looks. And I realized, I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I'm feeling how I originally was feeling. So I changed my mind, man. I changed my mind. So, look, man, just fine doesn't cut it. But sometimes even if you come away thrilled from a date or you're thrilled at the idea of like sleeping with somebody, it doesn't mean, you know, sometimes it turns out that was just fine too. And just fine doesn't cut it. Now, it's not that we should avoid just fine experiences. You got to have those in order to figure out what is the excellent experience, you know? Because I think there's just fine and then there's excellent. There's outstanding. There's fantastic. There's unforgettable. And I think those are the experiences we should strive to have. I think, even as recent as like a year and a half ago, in my mind, doing something, I think I needed, part of me was like, hey, we need to get some women around with us to do this thing, because that would make it more satisfying in my mind. Or even like just friends, like, hey, let's just invite a bunch of people. Let's go. And it's like, quality over quantity, my dude. Quality over quantity. Even now I find myself like, I want to make Sundays like my beach day. And even now I find myself being like, all right, I'm going to go to the beach. Let me just invite some people out. I'll make some friends. It'll be cool. It's like, well, you can throw spaghetti at the wall, but you got to see what sticks. And I just feel like when it comes to people, most of that spaghetti is not going to stick. And it's not because most people suck. It's that most people suck for you as an individual. Like, you're not gonna, especially as you become your own individual, as you have your interests, as you build your personality, like I think it's really hard to click and connect with just everybody, or even like the majority of people. I think you're going to find that you click a lot better with a smaller portion of the population. And those are going to be your people. Maybe you have more similarities, or you just vibe, you vibe properly. Actually, that's something I face a lot. I face that issue all the time of wanting to click and connect with just every single person, but realizing that you can't fake it, and you're not going to click and connect with every single person. There's going to be people that you click and connect well with. There's going to be people that you just don't really want to be around. And it's not black and white either. It's not one or the other. I think everyone's going to be in different moods and different phases and blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line and the takeaway here, just fine. Doesn't cut it, my dude. It does not cut it. So keep that in mind in every walk of life. We can get back to the fling if you guys want to talk about it. I call it a fling. I don't even know what to call it. I'm not trying to label it or anything, but anyway, I was with this young woman the other night, legally aged. Of course, this is an adult that I was with, obviously. And this individual, this individual pinched a nip. My nip. Pinched my nip a little bit. And not like a full-on purple nipple twist, but just applied some decent pressure, And I don't know if I was into it. I don't think I was, but I wasn't like not into it. She did it a second time, and I was kind of I wasn't like, no, pineapples, stop. I was kind of like, all right, let it happen. I'll try anything twice. And I didn't love it. And look, I can go the rest of my life without getting a little nip pinch. I could. Nip pinch for life? No, dude, I'm pogue for life. All right, Pogues for Life. P4L, Season 2, Outer Banks, out now on Netflix. Go check it out. Shout out to my girls, Sarah Cameron and Kiara. I don't know her last name. Sarah and Key, my two girlfriends on that show. Also, by the way, Key's mom. Have you seen Key's mom? Just look at Key's mom's figure. That's a beautiful woman. Not to objectify her, but that's exactly what I'm doing. She has a great body. So shout out to Key's mom, whoever plays Key's mom. I have a crush on you. I think you're attractive. And if you hear this and you're into younger men, hi. HMU. Pogue for life, baby. Pogue for life. But yeah, nip pinch for life. No, I'm not team. I'm team pogue for life, not nip pinch for life. And I think I could literally go the entire rest of my life without getting my nipples pinched during intercourse, and I'd be perfectly happy. Happier even. So, hey, if you're listening to this, person that I'm currently sleeping with, which you're probably not listening to this, but if you are, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how I'm feeling about the pinches, I don't think I'm into it. It's too much info. You guys get a lot of info on me in the podcast, man. You guys really get the scoop. Look at how the light's on me now. Look at this. Look at my beautiful little peach fuzz. I have to shave. For those of you who are on the just listening, I have a lot of facial hair compared to what I normally have right now. And I do need to shave it. And I'm going to actually right now, probably after the stream. So this has been a really dramatic stream, and we've talked about a lot of detailed stuff, man. Talked about a lot of detailed stuff. A lot of detailed stuff. You know, I think no one likes to get blocked. Let's go back to the blocking conversation for a second, because I'm over it with the one person, because I really don't think I was blocked by that one person. I think there's something else going on there, and I'm sure I'll find out about it eventually. And if not, whatever, it's fine. But I think that, so part of the reason I become so picky in the dating world and is because I feel bad when I'm not. I feel really bad when I maybe hook up with somebody that I didn't truly want to, or I thought I wanted to, and then I not changed my mind, but I kind of changed my mind, or maybe I wanted to in the moment, but then later on I realized, man, I really didn't want to do that. Or man, I just don't feel strongly about this person like I thought I might have. And I'm just really, I don't want to feel that. I don't like that feeling. It doesn't make me feel good. And so I'm going to try and do whatever it takes to not feel that anymore. Because it's like I said, it's just not, it's a really shitty feeling, you know, regretting something like that. And then the person gets their feelings hurt, and because like they can tell that you're not really super about it, and then like it's hard to text them back, and it's like, well, what do I even say? And I'm feeling a lot of that right now. A little bit of that. I'm feeling a lot of that right now, actually, but I need to maybe say something to this individual. So bottom line is, there's only one individual right now that I'm actually like actively like seeing, and I'm pretty content with that. At the same time, I definitely hear my inner compass pointing me towards like the world of polyamory and thruples and whatnot, and the desire to explore that. And this person knows that, by the way, like we talk about that sort of thing. So I don't feel any like turmoil in terms of like, oh my God, we're not communicative about that. But I definitely feel like, all right, what do I want to do? Because if I go somewhere with the person that I'm seeing, and then we're acting all like we're like there together, and it's like, well, I don't know. Is that a little too much for me? Is that a little too like date-ish? And because like, what if this person isn't super into? I don't know. I think we need to touch base on that again. I don't know. Tell you guys what. Well, let's keep the rest of that private, and I'll have some conversations, and I'll report back next week on the updates in my dating life. How about that? I'll report back next week there. We'll let you guys know what's going on. Yeah, I think that's all that I care to discuss on that front. But that's cool. Hey, the ceiling mirrors have been broken in, and the windows have had handprints on them. So this is good. This is good. So that aspect of life is going well. We've been working out a lot. Last night we got a good good strong half hour of incline, 10% incline, 3 miles per hour, half hour on the treadmill. I was sweating my balls off. Then I played a game of pool in the lounge, which is cool. I'm super fortunate to be in this building. It's cool, man. We have a pool room. So that felt cool. Came back up, took a shower, streamed for another 3 hours. Shout out to Nat Daddy for the contribution last night. I appreciate you a lot. I finished Outer Banks, and then I passed out. So, yeah, I mean, look, man, it's a good life we're living out here. Life is nice. We got Trivia Tuesday tonight, as always. Trivia Tuesday tonight will be at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to develop 25 multiple choice questions for Kahoot, and the winner will receive $25. via Amazon gift card. So you just have to give me your email if you win, and I'll send you the Amazon digital gift card through, to your email. We have Trivia Tuesday merchandise available. TikTokChris.com. You scroll down to merch, and you'll see where it says Trivia Tuesday merchandise. You can get it on, I think it's Teespring. The $25 Patreons, you get 20% off your merchandise orders. So use it. Use it for surezies. If you don't know the code, if you're a $25 Patreon and you don't know the merchandise 20% off code, just let me know, and I'll make sure to give that to you. And that's Trivia Tuesday, man. I love the logo design. I think it's really cool. It's like a retro, the freaking like synthwave vibe. Like it just gives me good vibes. So that's cool. That really, tickles my pickle and wiggles my whistle, which I feel good about. I'm a big fan. See if I can put on some. Do I have synthwave? No, that's cool. Okay. Maybe we'll close out with some music today, but that's besides the point. Like I said, Ryan is moving down at the end of this month or the very, very beginning of September. So you guys should be seeing some of him in content in the near future. We might stream together. We'll get him as a guest on the podcast, I'm sure. We're going to be going to the beach. We've got a GoPro, so maybe we'll record some videos. Maybe we'll buy CanJam. And as we make some more friends here in the area, I think I'm going to do, like I said, Sunday beach days. So, we'll get out to the beach on Sundays. We'll bring some friends. We'll record some cool videos or something. Just do some fun stuff. And that'll be rad, dude. That'll be rad. Rad AF. So we'll be living a good life, man. We'll be living a good life down here in FL. It's a cool state. I like the heat. I like the beautiful weather. People are generally pretty happy here that I run into. There's pretty decent food. Like it's, and I'm near the beach, bro. I like it. So A++ to living in Florida. Ryan's coming down soon. My family is coming down Sunday evening. So next week is going to be pretty light on streams, if any. We'll see. Maybe we'll stream with them. They are coming out to see my apartment. We're going to hang out in Melbourne for the night. And then on Monday, we'll be heading down to Orlando to check into, I think, a Disney hotel. I think they're going to go. It's my mom and my sister, so they're going to go just for a little getaway. My mom is a teacher, so she's off in the summers, and most of her summer has been spent. First of all, so my grandpa's not doing super hot. He's got dementia. And, my grandma passed away about a year ago in June of it's either June or July, but I want to say June of 2020, which is right when my TikTok started to blow up too. It was such a weird time. And so I think he experienced a bit of sort of a cognitive decline after that. I think that was I think losing your partner your life partner can really do a lot to somebody in a negative way, unfortunately. And so he's just been kind of a lot to handle. He's just different now, and so I think my mom, a lot of that has been laid on my mom's shoulders. So she's getting away for a few days. She loves Disney. It's one of her, I think, happy places. And I think part of the reason I love Disney so much and part of the reason I love Florida so much. So she's coming down here to visit. I'll see her Sunday, and Kaylin. They're not bringing Cool Cat, unfortunately. That would be nice, but excuse me, got a little sniffle. Then so anyway, like I said, we're gonna go to Orlando. We're gonna spend a couple days at Disney. We might go to the parks. We have so much fun outside the parks, because we just like enjoying the resorts, and we have a couple of little hole in the wall places that we like to go to. And so it's just a good time. But yeah, man, shout out to Mama. Shout out to Maureen _P3. She's a cool cat. She's a cool cat, man. It's a hardworking woman. She's on top of looking after my grandpa this summer. She's been doing loads of renovations on our home to kind of get it ready to sell, because she's going to be retiring in just a few years and moving down to Florida, we think. So just kind of getting the house into a good state where it's going to, resell nicely. And, fortunately our home was in a good school zone. So it's in high demand. for families because the schools are good. It's public schools, but they're good public schools. And I think a lot of people want to get in there. So it's just, it kind of drives up the home value. And, you know, I think she's just looking to kind of get things squared away, sell the house and move down when she's ready to, which will be in just a few years. So a lot to consider there. And so it's just good that she's going to get a break. So when she's here, we're going to take good care of her. We're going to make sure she has a good time and just relaxes. I'll show her my hood, you know. We'll go to Disney together as a family. Not the whole family, obviously. Like Ryan's going to be back home with my grandpa and my uncle and aunt live not far from us either back home. So, you know, they're always there as well to help. But, you know, just me, mom, and Kaylin, you know, just kind of chilling, doing our thing. And I think it'll be a really, really awesome time. And honestly, much needed for, I think, all of us. Kaylin is, you know, moving into a new chapter in her life. She's going to be going to school in Manhattan, which I think is really interesting. It's also a lot of work, and I don't know if she's living. I think she's commuting because I think there's like, because of COVID and stuff, there's just weird situations in place. So I'm not sure exactly. I don't know if it's online or whatever, or maybe she goes in one day a week. I don't know I don't know. I don't know all the details, but so she's doing that, starting a new chapter, doing that. You know, like I said, my mom's just trying to work on the house and also figure out, you know, what the next few years looks like before moving down to Florida, especially with my grandpa and all that. So yeah, look, I'm not envious of the position she's in, and I try to, well, it's hard to really help that much when I'm all the way in Florida, but I don't know. I do feel bad. I think last year, you know, made me think a lot about mortality, made me think a lot about how fleeting life is, how fleeting youth is, and just how important health is and how grateful I am to be healthy and alive. And you know, many people are not so fortunate. So I think lately, especially this week, it's been like if I wake up to pee or something and it's been like 6 or 7 hours, I'm like, like I could go back to sleep for another 3 hours and that'd probably be good for me. But like, dude, like, I don't know. I've just had some like morbid thoughts that really like I'm trying to use as a positive influence and just get up and go do things. And just, I think after this, I'm going to go to the beach just to like feel the fucking sand in my feet and get in the ocean. And just, I think that's one of the reasons I love living here so much, because I can go and experience nature and it's like this beautiful dude. Like we might be in a simulation, bro. Like we genuinely, like, think about it, bro. Like think about video games, you know, like these are characters and then they're like that we're playing and we feel something for, and then like they're gone and it's just a story. And it's like, dude, I'm going to be just a story one day. Like I'm going to be gone one day. And like the earth could blow up for all we know. And like, we'd all just be gone and suddenly no one would have any issues anymore. It's just all done. Like it would, you know, we're so like minuscule, but also I love it. It's like that's a comforting thing to me. You know, I think as humans, we think like everything has this deep, crazy meaning, and maybe it does, but maybe it doesn't. And I don't really care either way. I would like for there to be some crazy deep meaning to life. I think that'd be nice. But if there's not, I'll be okay. You know? I'm just looking over my Spotify. It says friend activity, and I see the name of a young woman who I hung out with one time, non-sexually, and it just made me, and like we just didn't get along. It just wasn't it, and it just brings me back to rule number 5. Just fine doesn't cut it. So I implore you guys, I guess the theme of what I'm trying to say this week is cut through the bullshit, hold a high standard for yourself, And love hard and live fully. Something I always say. And I want to thank my family for inspiring that little Chris-ism, that little mantra. Partially from my Aunt Veronica. She really pushed the live fully part. I kind of got that from her. Yeah, man, because you get one life, as far as we know. And it might not mean anything after, so. It might, but it might not. There might be an afterlife. There might be this beautiful, beautiful afterlife, and I hope there is, but I'm not going to bank on it and live my life like there is. You know? So my goal for the month of August and really the rest of my life, and maybe it can be a goal of yours too, is to hold a high standard for yourselves and myself. Cut through the bullshit. Find the people that mean something to me and love them really hard. That's what I'm going to do. I appreciate you guys for listening. This has been Chris Petrone Weekly. And it always has been. It just hasn't always been weekly. But Chris Petrone Weekly, episode 35. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful week. Thank you again to the Patreons for supporting me financially. Patreon.com/Chris Petrone. Pando, Nat Daddy, Ashley Meredith, Wondering Willow, and Alex 050. Thank you for being the top 5 supporters of all time. I feel good. I feel like I could even keep going and continue talking, but I think we wrapped up in a good spot, and I think we got some good messages across, man. I'm going to do my best to live by the things that I talked about in this podcast, and hopefully being here and sharing these things with you guys can hold me accountable. I'm very excited to see my mama. I'm very excited to see my sister, and I'm very excited to go to Disney World with them for a few days. It is going to be it will be a much needed little bit of a touch base week and just kind of recalibrate myself. Think about what's really important in life. Make time for what's really important in life. And I think I'm going to come away from it feeling really good and maybe having some more answers. So I'm looking forward to it. I love you guys. Extremely, extremely grateful for all the love that you guys have given me and for the fact that you've listened to this all the way through. And I will not take it for granted. Chris Petrone Weekly. Have a freaking awesome week.